thank you for joining us for Momploydent's mini-series called Mommy Moments, where we give you tips and tricks to help you advance your educational goals in a moment. So, our first tip is sleep. How many of you are actually getting a lot of sleep? I know I'm not getting a lot of sleep. They say the average American needs about 7 to 9 hours of sleep, and I think I'm averaging about 5. But let's not focus on the number of hours, but let's really focus on the quality that's happening during the time that you sleep. They say that it takes about 90 minutes for you to fall into your deepest sleep. That's what's called the REM sleep. And what's so important about REM sleep is this is where it helps you feel rested and rejuvenated, and it restores your immune system, and everything kind of resets at that stage. In addition, this is also where information starts transferring from your short-term memory to your long-term memory. So let's think about that as a student. We know that we're busy doing projects and we're running around all day, and the moment we sit down to read those 3 chapters, that information actually just stores in that short-term memory and will not transfer to the long-term memory until we hit REM sleep. Now, as parents, it's difficult to get to REM sleep because typically they say even new moms really do get about 7.5 hours of sleep, but it's piecemeal together throughout the day and it's interrupted sleep. So there's a lot of times where a lot of us never even get REM sleep. And that's why, I don't know about you, right? We wake up and we feel like, oh gosh, I just want to go back to bed. So in that case, we're not doing ourselves any an advantage of by it's a disadvantage, I apologize, for us to study 3 hours and then only get 2 hours of sleep, because that information is not transferring to our long-term memory. So the challenge here is for us to think about, how do we get to that REM sleep? How do we figure out something that works? So that's going to come up on another series, but what I want you to do from here on out, at least for a week, try to journal the amount of hours you get and really kind of log when you wake up. Do you feel rested, or do you feel like you want to go back to bed? Chances are you're not getting to your REM sleep, your deepest part of sleep, which is not good for, the quality time with the kids, not good at work, and it definitely isn't going to help us. It's going to make it even more difficult when we try to write that paper, when we don't feel rested and the information hasn't transferred to our long-term memory. So I hope this helps and gets you thinking about how can you really advocate for the sleep that you need, and put together a plan that can help you get there. We'll talk more about this later, but that was your mommy moment and tip number 1: get some sleep. Talk to you soon.